Here's what I don't understand. If you had a filmmaker that came and said, I've got this great idea. I'll give you an example of it. My favorite example of it is Ryan Coogler. I heard on NPR that he and his mother was either dying of cancer or it was bad. And him and his father would watch Rocky movies together to make themselves feel better.
Sure.
And he had an idea. He had an idea about Adonis Creed. And he went to Stallone. And after making Fruitvale Station, and
great film,
really making his indie bones, he didn't want to come out and make some other indie movie. The guy had the cojones to go to Sly and say, I'd like to make a movie in your universe, and I would like to make you a supporting character in a new Rocky franchise. And Stallone agreed. But you had a filmmaker that had an idea, had a passionate idea about a franchise, and went and got it made. Now, I know that people like the Critical Drinker have very, very worthy criticisms of Creed, and I don't disagree with them, but I loved it. I love Creed. I love Michael B. Jordan. I've loved Michael B. Jordan since Friday Night Lights and The Wire, so I'm a huge Michael B. Jordan fan, and I loved Creed. But the point I was making is that Ryan Coogler was a filmmaker that had an idea to take these characters that have existed longer than Indiana Jones and do something with that universe. I mean, who would have ever thought that there would have been a Rocky spinoff that would have been as good as Creed? Much less we would have seen 3 movies. And I love that. And if somebody went to Lucasfilm, like David Fincher, and said, I have an idea to make an Indiana Jones movie. That to me would excite me. But when you have a corporation that wants to exploit, and I get it, they bought Lucasfilm for $4 billion and they want to make money off Indiana Jones. The problem is it was the corporation that decided to do it. And then they have to figure out, well, how do we hire people to go and figure out what's the story is and this, that, and the other thing. And filmmakers aren't going to say no. James Mangold's a great filmmaker.
Very good.
But if he had gone to Disney with his own idea,
with his own vision,
said, yeah, I've got an idea for Indiana Jones. What you want is that kind of passion. And that's true of any franchise. I think that's the real problem with our franchises now is they're owned by these corporations.
Let me interrupt real quick. Creed, it's a great trilogy.
It is a great trilogy.
It's a great trilogy.
It is.
And, we're a big boxing household here, and Romy, we finally got to see the last Creed. She's like, look, that's a really good film.
It was.
It's really hood. It's not Rocky, but it's really good. It's Michael B. Jordan's film. And you think about it. You think about the legacy of Rocky Balboa, right? With Creed 1 and 2. You couldn't have done it better. And he said goodbye at the end of Creed 2. He went to go be with his son and his grandson, the last living members, the next generations of Balboas. You're good, Adonis. You're good. I don't even need to get in the ring now and celebrate with you. I'll see you later. I mean, come on, man. And then this third one was very, very personal, right? And then in regards to the characters of leaving a friend behind, betraying a friend, someone, it's a fantastic movie, man. Fantastic relationships between the white. I mean, you talk about the Talia Shire Rocky. Tessa's character with him was just fantastic, brother. Yeah.
And you have Michael B. Jordan being a first-time director, and he's a huge anime fan. And he found ways to bring in anime, little Dragon Ball Z, whatever you want to call it, but in those fight scenes, which gave him like a unique, and he did some, stylistic things when the audience falls away. He did some really interesting things that I really appreciated because he's learned. Michael B. Jordan's been in the business for 20 years. You know, and he's worked on giant franchise properties. He worked on great shows like The Wire and Friday Night Lights, and he's had Andy working with Ryan Coogler starting out, and he's the kind of guy that you want to see rise up the ranks in the business, and I
I
love
did.
seeing that.